was a marketing director of one of the biggest electronic retailer in Singapore. Even though we are the biggest retailer, it is actually quite difficult to find professional digital marketers because, you understand the situation in which you need to engage them, as there's always this balancing of in-house or agency role. So one of the major challenges with in-house, of course, we would prefer in-house, but one of the major is able to retain them because, they are single contributor. Sometimes they get detached from the team. So I think before that, we've been trying to build our in-house capability, but it's quite difficult and it's quite costly. And to engage them, to let them stay motivated. But finally, we wanted to give Omni a go in agency. I think it helps us in that situation, in the professionalism, getting up to speed, and also more result-oriented. I think it also set us the problem of whether should we go in-house or should we outsource it to an agency. So I think there's a lot of questions that a lot of people try to answer. I think especially for digital marketing, where this is very specialized, you need a lot of experience and also keeping aligned to the current development with all the different platforms.
What was the experience like working with Omni?
When we first started, you see, we do not have much of expectation with agencies. I think Omni got us along. What would work, what would not, what is expected. The process was pretty clear. I would say the process was very clear. And we were very results-oriented. What we expect of the results. There were two different campaigns that we target. One of the main one was actually the group buy program for new homeowners. Getting leads, this is a very key account for us. Imagine as a new homeowners, the amount of new electronics that you would like to gather for your homes. So this campaign is a very important campaign for us. This is why we like Omni to work on it, and it's very clear-cut what the kind of results we want. One of the key results that we have is, of course, the growing number of leads. The second is the quality of leads. The quality includes the kind of customer profile that were more fitting to us. It was a pleasant experience because I think the engagement between both teams was very high. They were able to grasp what we want. The key milestone was very clearly communicated, including the approval of all the different content and artwork before they proceed, and the kind of marketing budget they're able to work on. So the working experience was pretty pleasant and professional. It was very direct and productive and effective throughout the process. We've been working with Omni for more than 3 years, and I can see more than that. Digital marketer actually needs to be very aligned with the strategies of the different social media platforms. So how these different strategies or marketing techniques or programs, which are the one that really works for us. Obviously, all the different platforms would like to push their most expensive ways, most expensive campaigns. So Omni, I feel one of the ways was, this will work, this will not work. I think the experience side is very important for us, not just based on our sector, but from their experience from different lines and gathering how they are sure that certain kind of campaigns will work for us rather than being upsell by different social media companies. I think that was very important. We have weekly meetings to review our targets, whether these have been met. I think one of the reasons why I'm glad to say is that our target exceeded expectation. There were actually more than 100% growth in the number of leads that we gathered. And these were very high quality leads in the final conversion to sales. I think one of the main reasons was first, the expertise they had, not wasting our marketing dollars in useless campaigns, very targeted campaigns. And also the other thing is the collaboration with the teams. So they are able to understand what we want, how do we do things here, and taking time to understand this process, engaging with weekly reviews that will help us to achieve the target that we wanted.
What are some of the positive results we achieved?
One of the significant ones was actually more than 100% increase in number of leads, the quality of leads that we have that drive up the conversion rates for us in terms of sales, real sales at our retail outlets. The other campaigns that we do are actually more of the campaigns to direct to our website for sales. We were very specific during our different campaigns that align with our own retail campaigns. That result was very obvious in that sense. We do not waste money on some of the keyword searches and all this. and also how do we focus on some major campaigns to make sure that our social presence is driven up. Of course, it takes constant oversight, and the effect is different for different campaigns. So throughout the years, we have different campaigns, like our major anniversary, some of the major campaigns, the Double 11 campaigns, the Black Friday campaigns. All these are major in which we notice a very more significant increase in our social media presence and also conversions for our online store.
Would you recommend our services to others, and if so, why?
Oh, definitely. I've recommended the services for the Omni team to quite a number of brands and also to some of our affiliated services and social services that I do also engage in. One of them is really money for value in a sense. I don't know whether that's a good word, but we know that when we work with them, our money is well spent. We get the results, and we are very focused on that. Pleasant working experience in the sense that the both teams, we work very closely and are very targeting the objective and also the projections that we have agreed on. When we want to look at agencies, we look at several different agencies. The reason, of course, finally we move on with Omni because one of the main things is compared to the more established brands, even though their proposal may be more full and all that, but the costs are very high, extremely high. So for those who are looking at digital campaign, looking at agencies to start off with, they're unsure, I would highly recommend to start off at an early stage so you get that confidence as you build along without committing a large budget as those demanded by the branded companies and branded agencies.